Hey, how's it going?
Hi. That was awkward. I didn't know that's what you were going to do.
Oh, no.
We'll just cut that out.
Hey there, YouTube. How's it going? If you haven't seen us before, this channel is Roaming Wild Settlers, and I'm Nick.
And I'm Paige.
And this week's video is going to be a little bit different. Yeah, due to us being new to YouTube, therefore not making money with it yet, we also work 2 jobs on top of producing videos for YouTube. So free time was a little scarce this week, and the weather was a little unpredictable. It's gone from sunny to rainy to snowing.
Literally all the seasons in one day.
Yeah, then back to rainy, back to sunny. So, and I'm also feeling a little bit under the weather. You could probably hear it in my voice a little bit. But yeah, so we decided to just take it easy, stay inside, and make a little video about getting cozy and baking some honey walnut banana bread.
Yeah, and I just created the recipe, so we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, and if anything, you can learn how to make it yourself. We will add the recipe in the description, and any links to any websites we mentioned. I think slowfoodgroups.com, we could add that link. Yeah, so learn how to make some banana bread and maybe get a glimpse into what it's like using the kitchen in a trailer.
Yeah, as full-time RVers, we use it multiple times every day.
I think a lot of people that have travel trailers and go camping on the weekends or holidays probably either have a barbecue pit that they use outside, which we still need to get. We just don't have room for it until you get a camper shell for the truck. But, or they eat out or order or whatever. So
and I think even a lot of the other fellow full-time RV YouTubers, we never really see videos of them cooking, so that's something that we might try and add to the scene here and show you what that looks like and how we do it and there's different things that we use for it.
Yeah, so like we always say, like and subscribe, and please feel free to comment and let us know what you think about our cooking episode.
So, should we get started on it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, so first things first, we got to get the oven lit. So that's the trickiest part, I think. So come on down here. I need to take out all the stuff that I was leaving here. And then, and Nick always makes fun of me the way I do it, but this just works for me, so we're going to do it the same way. Light the match. Get it under here to where the pilot is. And then you got to kind of hold it there till it lights. Hi, Huck. And yes, this is a daily occurrence every time I'm using the oven with Huck here. And then I leave it lit, and what I can kind of see the light in the reflection here. So I leave it for a few seconds, and then I light, and it's on. And that's it. And then I adjust the temperature.
He was eating my face while I was filming that.
Okay, let's get started. So I have my recipe card all ready to go, and I'm going to try this for the first time. So let's see how it turns out. Okay, first things first, we have to melt the butter. The oven preheating to 350. Gonna mash the bananas. I'm just gonna use a fork for this, I think. Okay, I'm just gonna use the same fork to mix up the butter because it's all going in the same thing. Okay. So once that butter is melted, we're gonna add it to this. In the meanwhile, we can start mixing our dry ingredients. First, it calls for 2 cups of flour. 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt, and then the spices, cinnamon and nutmeg. So let's do the flour first. We're gonna use up what I got in this bag. And yeah, I'm using bread flour and I'm gonna mix it with all purpose. I don't really care. I am making bread. Butter's done. Just gonna kind of stir it, let it cool a little bit. Yep, it's kind of brown butter, which I think will be even better. I'm just gonna leave a little bit there and pour it into the pan. So next, we're gonna just mix this together with the fork. You could use a whisk, but I'm just gonna use the fork. Does the same thing. Okay, so that's mixed together. We're gonna then sweeten it. We're using honey to sweeten it today. So we've been kind of cutting sugar out, and so I don't keep it in the trailer at all. Instead, we use honey for everything, and it turns out great. It's a little bit less sweet, but we really don't mind. So this calls for 2/3 cups of honey, so I'm using the 1/3 measuring cup, so I'll just do 2 of these. There's 1. And usually we prefer to use like as local honey as possible. We haven't quite found a honey supplier yet where we live now in Island Park, so we have the one we got from Costco. But we really loved the wild, I think it was wild cactus one or something that we had from Tombstone. It was so good. So we have the honey, and we add the vanilla and the eggs. So I actually made this vanilla maybe a year ago or so, and I made a huge batch of it. Super easy to make vanilla. You just get the vanilla beans. I order them from online. I believe it's slowfoods.com, and then you soak the vanilla beans in whatever liquor you want, vodka, whiskey, bourbon. I believe these are whiskey, and it smells really good. So we're gonna do a teaspoon of this. My teaspoon thingy's in something else, so we're just using a half a teaspoon and doing 2 of them. Mix that up a little bit. And then add the eggs. I was watching another YouTube video, and I have always cracked my eggs on the corner of something, thinking that was how you're supposed to do it. This other one said that he just learned that you crack them on a flat surface, they break better. So I've been working on that and practicing, and I think he's right. It does break a bit better. Clean. And like the honey, we do prefer local eggs, but we have not found any yet, so we have store-bought eggs. And we'll just mix this up. I like to break the yolks first, kind of where they're at, so it doesn't over-mix the rest of it, and then just mix it together. Okay, now for, make sure my fork stays and doesn't fall in there totally. Stay. We're gonna finish up this flour. I kind of compacted this down and I filled it up, so let's just mix it up a bit, fluff it up. And I always make a mess when I do flour. I think you have to. Okay, that's good enough. So then we're gonna do the baking soda. We're doing 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And then we're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I do prefer the Redmond's real salt, but I haven't been able to find it, and so I need to order online. But for now, we have this Himalaya one. And I forgot to get the baking powder, so let me go grab that out of our pantry. Okay, got the baking powder. And I always look for I think it's aluminum free. We're just doing 1/2 teaspoon of this. And then for mine, I'm actually doing some nutmeg and cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. We're gonna do 1 teaspoon of this. Okay, and that's it for all of our little measuring things. So I'll put those out of my way and in the sink. And grab another fork and mix together all these dry ingredients. It says, some recipes say to sift it, some say just to combine it. I think a fork does kind of a little bit of an in-between. We're gonna grab this spatula. And we're gonna kind of fold and stir this into the batter. That looks pretty good. I know there's still a few left, but we're gonna add some walnuts. So you use chopped walnuts, but I'm not gonna get out the chopper, and I don't feel like, I don't know, getting out a cup and crushing them. So what I've been doing, and it's been working just fine, we don't mind big chunks of walnut, so I just kind of crush them up in my hands and eyeball it and add as much as we want. So I just kind of do it a few times back and forth. And they're chopped enough. The recipe I'm using calls for like 1/2 cup, so I like a little bit more, so we're probably gonna do like 4 handfuls. And typically we'll add dark chocolates, like chocolate chips or semi-sweet ones, but we don't have any, so nuts it is. Okay. And combine this all together, kind of just folding them in again. So we don't want it to be over mixed, or else it gets kind of like rubbery and chewy when you bake it. That looks pretty good. I really don't want this to stick, so I'm actually gonna add some more butter. Just like I don't know. I eyeballed it and cut it. We're just gonna melt this in here. And I like using butter or any other, you know, heavy fat for the cast iron cooking. Just really helps keep it non-stick. I'm just gonna leave the butter chunks at the bottom. Maybe break this one up a bit. Okay, and then we're gonna put this batter into the pan. I have a tendency to overfill all the pans, no matter what I'm cooking in. Oops. I think that'll be fine. Famous last words, right? Flatten it out. Okay. Then I like to clean the pan up a little bit because it is cast iron, so whatever's not like, you know, in with the rest of it gets a little burned. Okay, and that's it. So now we get ready to put in the oven, and we bake it for 50 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick or knife, whatever, comes out clean. So let's get cooking on it. Okay, so it's all ready to go. We've been preheating the oven for about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes now. And so we're gonna pop it in. And since our oven is so weird, what I like to do is I put it kind of on one side and then halfway through I'll rotate it. So there's it on one side. It's kind of there. So now I set my timer for about, I don't know, it wants to cook for like 50 to 60 minutes. I'll probably set it for about 20, check it, rotate it to the other side. The timer just went off for 20 minutes, so like I said, I rotate it, and everybody's trailer oven will be a little bit different. Ooh, I said I always overfill it. But what I'm gonna do is that basically I grab it and I move it from one side to the next. Oh wait, so it's like that. I just move it like that so that the sides are getting even distribution of heat, because the heat does come from the bottom up, not like the other oven where it drops down. So back in for another 20 minutes.
So why do we have little white tiles in our oven?
It's just this thin piece of tile that's kind of like terracotta material and just sits in there almost like a pizza stone, I would say. These little tiles really help distribute the heat more evenly. And it's still, it's not perfect, you still have to kind of rotate your food, but it makes it a lot better. Okay, so the timer just went off. It's been in for 60 minutes and I've rotated it 4 times, side to side and then in the front. And so we're gonna test it and see if it's done. Stay out of the way, bud. Not done. So I'm just gonna put it back in the middle here and put it for another 15 minutes.
What's that you got there on the
Ooh, this is our dinner. So while the banana bread's been cooking in the oven, I cooked this. Well, it's not done yet. We have to wait for that to come out of the oven to pop it in the oven, but it is hash browns that are boxed hash browns, this Idaho spuds. And then we had this loaf of jalapeno cheddar bread that has been sitting in our fridge and I didn't know what to do with it. It was going very, very, very stale. And so I Googled it and this was one of the ideas. So we're trying it out. Basically, it's like going to be an egg bake thing, casserole, but I'm doing it in the cast iron pan. So it has the hash browns on the bottom, bacon bits that I've already pre-cooked because we like our bacon crunchy. And then here's the bread that I cubed up, sprinkled some cheddar cheese on top, extra sharp cheddar cheese on top, salt and pepper, garlic powder, and then I'm gonna whisk up some eggs and pour that over the top, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so we'll have it in for another 10 minutes. Let's see if it's done now. Fingers crossed. Yep, done. Okay. That looks pretty good. Oh, yeah. Okay, then over here to cool. And now, dinner's going in the oven. I made a mess with something. Okay. And that's it. Oh, yeah. It's freaking hot.
Rainy out there.
Mmm. That looks pretty damn good.
Sure does. Good job, babe.
Thank you.
Mmm. It's good.